You're about to be surprised by what I'm about to share. And if you're seeing this right now, it's no coincidence. You've been guided here because the next 72 hours will be pivotal. It's happening whether you're fully ready or not. As a chosen one, you already know your journey is studded with synchronicities that most people overlook. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop off 77 in the comments to send a powerful signal to the universe. Watch this on repeat if you feel the energy resonating. It amplifies the message in ways you might not expect. If you're truly chosen, you'll stick around till the end. If not, you'll likely click away. Chapter 1. The intensity of this moment. All your life, you've sensed there's more to existence than meets the eye. Subtle shifts, uncanny coincidences, that good feeling you couldn't quite explain. They've all been building up to a significant turn. Now you're about to see a real manifestation of that deeper plan. In the next 72 hours, it's as though an invisible clock has been ticking, aligning people and circumstances for this crucial period. You may feel a mixture of excitement and tension, almost like the stillness before a powerful storm. Often, chosen ones are attuned to subtle energies that most overlook. Maybe you've noticed you're extra sensitive to emotional undercurrents or that your intuition has been more vivid lately. You might be catching glimpses of repeated numbers like 1111 or 333 everywhere you look. These aren't random events, they're signals. They let you know you're not imagining the shift, you're fully tuned into it. Trust that heightened awareness because the universe is using it to nudge you onto your highest path. You might also sense pressure from your environment, like job stress amplifying, relationship tensions flaring, or health issues coming to the surface. While it's tempting to see these as annoyances, consider that these triggers might be preparing you for what's about to unfold. In the next 72 hours, you could find yourself making decisions or discoveries you've long delayed. This energy surge acts like a spotlight, illuminating the areas in your life that need quick resolution. Whether it's pivoting your career focus or mending a relationship, there's a call to action you can't ignore. The fact that you found this message now is proof that the time is right. Each day of the 72-hour window may bring its own revelations, some subtle, some unmistakable. You might receive unexpected news, connect with someone influential, or experience a sudden internal clarity that rearranges your priorities. This is a period where coincidences intensify, so stay receptive. It's less about forcing outcomes and more about allowing the universe to guide you toward the next logical step in your evolution. Fear is natural, especially when so much is at stake. But remember, fear and excitement often coexist when you're on the brink of transformation. If you feel those butterflies in your stomach, it's a good sign that something massive is about to happen. Lean into it. Resist the urge to retreat back into your comfort zone. Instead, keep your eyes open for the universe's breadcrumbs. The random chance meetings, the sudden opportunities, the intuitive nudges. Each one will act as a piece of the puzzle, clarifying your path forward. In moments of doubt, ground yourself in the knowledge that you are here by design. The challenges and triumphs that have shaped your life thus far have prepared you for this exact moment. Over the next 72 hours, embrace the unexpected and honor the glimpses of guidance that come your way. You'll discover that the universe isn't random. It's a vast tapestry, weaving together the threads of your destiny, especially now, when everything seems to be converging in the most impactful way possible. Chapter 2. Unlocking the Energy of Synchronicity. One of the most distinguishing characteristics of a chosen one's journey is an ongoing dance with synchronicity. Think of how many times you've thought of someone you haven't seen in ages, only to receive a text or phone call from them the next day. Or how often you've stumbled upon the exact piece of information you needed, right when you needed it. These events tend to accelerate when you're on the brink of something monumental. Over the next 72 hours, synchronicity might show up as repeating numbers, aligned opportunities, or even overheard conversations that answer a question gnawing at your mind. Synchronicities aren't just cute coincidences. They're the universe's method of reassurance. They hint that there's a grander design at play, guiding you toward your highest good. When you experience one, take it as a green light to proceed with faith. In times of uncertainty, these signposts can feel like a comforting hand on your shoulder, reminding you that you're not alone and that your path is being orchestrated by forces beyond your everyday perception. By paying attention to these signs, you keep yourself anchored in the flow of what's unfolding rather than lost in the chaos of doubt. To make the most of synchronicities, it helps to stay mindful. If you suddenly spot the number 77 multiple times on a license plate, a digital clock, or even a receipt, acknowledge it. Pause and reflect on what you were thinking or doing at that moment. Sometimes simply being aware that a synchronicity has occurred can yield an insight or intuitive hunch about your next step. Journaling these experiences can also be enlightening. Over a few days, you might notice patterns you never expected. For instance, repeated mentions of a city you've never visited or references to a skill you've always wanted to learn. These could be signs pointing you in a new direction. During the 72-hour window, your awareness of synchronicities might skyrocket. It's as if the universe is speaking louder, ensuring you don't miss vital clues. This heightened state of receptivity can be both exhilarating and a bit overwhelming. You could find yourself laughing at how blatantly the universe seems to orchestrate events. Each time you embrace one of these signs, you strengthen the connection between your intuition and the cosmic script unfolding around you. In effect, you become a conscious participant rather than a passive observer in your own story. Some of the synchronicities might pertain to minor, everyday decisions, like stumbling upon a new health regimen or discovering a book that resonates deeply with you. Others might hint at life-altering changes, like meeting someone influential in your field or receiving a surprise job offer that aligns perfectly with your long-term goals. The key is not to dismiss anything out of hand. Even the smallest, most mundane sign can have a ripple effect, leading you to a chain of events that shape your destiny in unexpected ways. Ultimately, the next 72 hours offer a unique window where synchronicities will likely converge to push you further along your chosen path. By consciously watching for these little miracles, you remain in step with the cosmic dance orchestrating your journey. This fosters a deep sense of co-creation, bridging the gap between your hopes and your reality. Every time you recognize and act on a synchronicity, you send a message to the universe. I'm listening, I trust, and I'm ready. In response, the universe amplifies its guidance, bringing you ever closer to the remarkable shifts that await just on the horizon. Chapter 3. Watching your circumstances shift in real time. When a crucial turning point approaches, it's not just your inner world that undergoes a transformation. Your external circumstances often realign as well. Over the next 72 hours, you may witness a rapid shift in your environment, subtle at first perhaps, but unmistakable once you start paying attention. Maybe a project that's been stalled for months suddenly gains momentum, or a thorny personal issue resolves itself in the blink of an eye. You might even find yourself in new social circles or encountering people who appear out of nowhere, yet feel strangely familiar. Such shifts aren't random. They stem from the energetic shifts you've been experiencing internally. Your growing sense of purpose, your deepening intuition, and your unwavering intent to heed life's call. When you align with that cosmic current, circumstances naturally adapt to match a new frequency. It's almost like adjusting the dial on a radio. When you tune into a particular station, the static falls away, revealing a clear signal that resonates with your inner focus. Suddenly, your external world echoes your innermost aspirations, validating that your path is indeed unfolding as it should. Of course, not every outward change is a rose garden. Sometimes the universe orchestrates what feel like setbacks, a sudden expense, or an argument with someone close to you. While frustrating, these hurdles might be precisely what's needed to push you out of old habits or ruts. Picture it like a controlled burn in a forest, clearing dead wood so new, life can emerge. If a particular area of your life is stifling your growth, you could experience turmoil in that domain, prompting you to break free. In essence, these external shifts, whether they appear positive or negative, serve as catalysts for your ongoing evolution. As you watch circumstances shift in real time, it's helpful to maintain an attitude of flexible readiness. Plans you thought were set in stone might change at a moment's notice. People you counted on may fade into the background, replaced by new alliances that better support your rising trajectory. If you resist these changes out of fear or nostalgia, You risk missing out on the blessings they bring. Embrace them as part of the greater pattern at play, trusting that the universe's timing is impeccable. This mindset shift can turn potentially stressful developments into welcome signs that you're moving in the right direction. During these 72 hours, consider making time each day, even if just for a few minutes, to reflect on emerging patterns. In the morning or before bed, note any significant shifts you observed. Did someone reach out with an intriguing offer? Did you stumble upon a resource you didn't know you needed? Did an unplanned event guide you away from a precarious situation? Over time, these daily reflections create a mosaic of purposeful synchronicities. It's like connecting the dots of a larger picture, and with each piece you place, your conviction grows stronger. This sense of real-time transformation has a momentum all its own. Every small shift reinforces the next, culminating in a wave of changes that can feel monumental by the end of the 72 hours. Even if you can't see the entire puzzle yet, trust that each new piece is sliding into place. You'll find that what seem like random disruptions are actually part of a grand orchestration, clearing the path for bigger blessings to flow. By the time this window closes, you'll likely look back and marvel at how swiftly your world rearranged itself to align with the next stage of your soul's journey. Chapter 4. The Role of Intuition Amid the Chaos. When life's pace accelerates and a wave of changes hits all at once, it can feel overwhelming to keep track of it all. Amid this swirling uncertainty, your intuition serves as an inner lighthouse, guiding you through the turbulence. Far from being mere superstition or vague feelings, intuition for a chosen one is a refined sixth sense, honed by a lifetime of noticing subtle energies and patterns that others might overlook. Over the next 72 hours, this intuitive faculty will be crucial in helping you navigate new opportunities, challenges, and revelations with grace and clarity. It's common to second-guess intuitive hits, especially when logic presents a conflicting viewpoint. Yet your intuition often perceives angles and undercurrents that cold reason can't capture. Perhaps you get a strong feeling that a particular person is off despite their charming facade. Or you sense that accepting a certain job offer, even if it pays well, could lead you astray from your deeper calling. These intuitive nudges may appear illogical on the surface, but acting on them can save you from future regret. Conversely, ignoring them might lead you right into a lesson you could have avoided. Trusting in your intuition doesn't mean abandoning logic altogether. It means letting both work in tandem. For instance, if you feel drawn to a new career path, do your research, check the market demand, and talk to people in the field. But let your deeper sense guide which questions to ask and which connections to make. This balanced approach respects the intellect while also acknowledging that some truths can't be reduced to spreadsheets and bullet points. It's a dance of heart and mind, each taking turns to lead as situations evolve. Since your intuition may be extra heightened during this pivotal period, you might notice an increase in synchronicities related to your inner hunches. You think about calling someone, and they message you first. You wonder if you should pitch an idea at work, and suddenly a colleague asks if you have any proposals. These confirmations act like cosmic winds, reinforcing that your instincts are on point. When this alignment happens, seize the moment. The universe has opened a door. All that remains is for you to step through it with confidence. However, it's important to keep your intuition from being clouded by fear or wishful thinking. Check in with yourself. Are you hoping for a particular outcome to the extent that you're twisting every sign to fit your desired scenario? Alternatively, are you so anxious that you interpret every coincidence as a warning sign? Finding that sweet spot between emotional bias and true intuitive guidance can be challenging, but is well worth the effort. Grounding practices like a few deep breaths, a short meditation, or even a walk in nature can help clear mental chatter, making space for your inner voice to speak more loudly and authentically. The power of intuition lies in its subtlety. Sometimes it speaks in whispers rather than shouts, especially if you're used to relying solely on logic. Over these next 72 hours, make it a habit to pause momentarily throughout the day, asking yourself, what do I feel right now? Let your inner compass respond before your mind jumps in. You might be startled at how sure and direct those answers can be. In a world that often prizes empirical evidence over the intangible, Learning to trust this quiet wisdom can be your secret advantage, a skill that elevates you above the noise, guiding you securely toward the destiny that's calling you by name. Chapter 5: How to Anchor Your Energy Amid Rapid Change. When life speeds up, especially in a critical 72-hour window, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. One minute you're juggling a work crisis, the next a personal revelation, and before either settles, a fresh opportunity arises. While thrilling, this rapid pace can exhaust your emotional and mental reserves. As a chosen one, learning to anchor your energy ensures not only your well-being, but also the fullest use of this energetic surge. Anchoring your energy means creating inner stability so external events don't derail you. Simple daily rituals help, jotting down morning gratitudes or reflecting each evening on small victories. By setting aside consistent times to check in, you track your emotional state and adjust if negativity creeps in. Think of these moments as a spiritual anchor, preventing you from drifting off course. Physical grounding also works wonders. A few minutes barefoot on grass or a quick yoga routine can instantly center you. Engaging your senses quiets mental noise, granting a calm oasis amid the whirlwind. When your body feels supported, your mind is less prone to anxiety. Boundaries matter too. It's tempting to say yes to every invitation or request, but you can't pour from an empty cup. In this intense period, be deliberate about which calls, meetings, or social events truly serve your goals. Politely decline what feels draining. By protecting your time and energy, you reserve the capacity to handle the pivotal moments that deserve your focus. Mindful information intake is equally crucial. When you're already riding a wave of emotion or excitement, doom scrolling or binging on negative news can blur your clarity. Instead, follow content that uplifts or informs you constructively. If certain media trigger anxiety, take it as a sign to limit that exposure. Your mental environment includes everything you read or watch, so curate it wisely. Don't forget to breathe. Controlled breathing techniques like the 4-7-8 method, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 7, and exhaling for 8, rapidly calm the nervous system, countering the adrenaline spikes that often come with big changes. Each deep inhale reaffirms your readiness for what's unfolding, and each exhale releases tension. Anchoring your energy isn't about denying chaos. It's about finding the composure to stand firm within it. As a chosen one on the cusp of transformation, this composure is your greatest ally. By anchoring yourself through rituals, grounding, boundaries, and mindful choices, you won't just weather these turbulent hours, you'll harness them, ensuring they become a powerful stepping stone toward your destined path. Chapter 6: Embracing Help from Seen and Unseen Allies. When major changes loom, it's easy to feel you must handle everything alone. Yet in these pivotal 72 hours, you're far from isolated. Allies, both visible and invisible, stand ready to help. It might be a friend who calls just as your spirits dip, or a chance encounter with a teacher whose words strike you as a direct answer to your prayers. These moments seldom happen by accident. They're signs of a universe that knows you need a lift or a fresh perspective. Beyond the realm of people, books, and online resources, soul aids also exist. Your intuition, spiritual guides, or the comforting energy of crystals or nature. While skeptical minds might dismiss these as coincidence or fantasy, a chosen one recognizes them on a soul level. In times of transformation, gentle nudges from your higher self or unseen protectors can steer you away from pitfalls and toward golden opportunities. To make the most of these allies, stay open. A coworker you rarely speak with might hold the missing piece to your ambitious project, if you only reach out. A new neighbor could introduce you to someone who opens a career door. Especially during a phase loaded with potential, each interaction could become a seed for growth. However, trust your intuition to gauge the genuine from the dubious. Not all help is what it seems. Recognizing true allies refines your discernment for even bigger choices ahead. Helping others can also unlock blessings in your own life. During transformative windows, giving support, whether to a friend or a stranger, establishes a flow of positive energy that often circles back. This isn't about racking up compliments, but rather acknowledging your inner connection with a cosmic cycle of give and receive. By being someone else's ally, you deepen your bond to the forces guiding your own breakthroughs. When you embrace assistance from all angles, human mentors, intuitive guidance, spiritual guardians, and serendipitous encounters, you enter a co-creative dance with existence itself. The universe doesn't want you to struggle in isolation. In fact, your willingness to receive support signals that you're ready for destiny's arrival. By welcoming these allies, seen and unseen, you shine a beacon that says, I'm open to every resource and miracle the universe provides. This attitude shifts the next 72 hours from a ticking clock into a cooperative event, one where you and the universe together compose the next grand movement of your life's symphony. Chapter 7. Step boldly into the future that awaits. As the 72-hour window approaches its climax, an intense surge of energy beckons you to move decisively toward your destiny. You've noticed the signs: heightened synchronicities, shifting circumstances, intuition on overdrive, and timely support from allies seen and unseen. Now is the turning point. Will you answer the call with courage or retreat into the comfort of the familiar? Stepping boldly forward doesn't require having every detail nailed down. It demands that you trust your inner voice and act on it. Maybe you have an unshared business idea, a yearning to travel, or a relationship that needs healing. Whichever it is, take at least one concrete step. Send the email, make the call, set up the meeting, or speak those long-held words. Through action, your spiritual clarity transforms into lived reality. Often, embracing a new path involves releasing what no longer serves you: outdated beliefs, resentments, or relationships. This can feel bittersweet, but every letting go clears space for more aligned opportunities to enter. You might be astonished by how quickly new doors open once you close those that drain your spirit, as though the universe was waiting for you to clear its landing strip. Use these last moments of the 72-hour shift for reflection. Pause briefly to notice how your perspective has evolved, what you've learned about your calling, and how you've grown. This isn't about self-congratulation. It's about absorbing your insights so that transformation becomes second nature. The road continues, of course, with new challenges and opportunities on the horizon. The difference? You now face them from a higher vantage point, knowing how quickly life changes when you align with your truth. Each new breakthrough will come more naturally, built on the faith you've established in both yourself and divine timing. Let gratitude guide you. Thank the allies who arrived, the synchronicities that illuminated your way, and even the trials that forced you to grow. True gratitude is an energetic force, keeping your heart open and spirit receptive. Acknowledging the grace in your journey invites even greater blessings, setting the tone for future chapters filled with courage, humility, and trust. Ultimately, the choices you make in these final hours can reshape your life in unimaginable ways. If you've come this far, the message is clear. Your destiny is summoning you. Leap now, harness the momentum, and never look back. Once a chosen one steps onto their rightful path, the world reconfigures around that brilliance, paving the way for wonders yet to come.